you pay the highest property taxes in the United States, not the state, the county. Westchester County ranks number 1 out of 3,143 counties in America by median property tax bill, $12,812 a year. And right now, the county government is staring at a $197.7 million budget hole, while up to $700 million in federal aid hangs in the balance. This is the Friday Intel. Let's go deeper. Welcome to the Friday Intel from I Live Here, Westchester. Every Friday, we go deeper on one data story that affects your life in Westchester County. This week, the money, specifically where your tax dollars actually go, what the county just cut to close a historic deficit, and why the real fiscal threat is not coming from White Plains. It is coming from Washington. County Executive Ken Jenkins signed the 2026 budget in January, $2.5 billion. That is not a typo. Westchester County operates on a budget larger than some small nations. But this year, the math did not work. The county faced a projected deficit of $197.7 million, driven largely by rising costs in social services, corrections, and a sharp decline in federal reimbursements. To close that gap, Jenkins cut 8% from nearly every county department, including his own office. 180 positions were eliminated. Roughly 5% of the entire county workforce. Overtime and hourly costs were slashed by $11.6 million. The Corrections Department alone lost $4 million in overtime spending. Social Services, the county's largest department with over 1,100 positions, saw $4.5 million in cuts. And the tax levy? It went up 5.27%. That is the maximum increase allowed under New York's property tax cap. For the average homeowner, that translates to about $60 a year per $500,000 in assessed value. But here is the part most people miss. The sales tax is the county's single largest revenue source, not property taxes. Westchester projects $970.4 million in sales tax revenue for 2026, a 2.8% increase over 2025. That revenue stream is what keeps the county solvent. If consumer spending slows, that number drops, and the budget math gets worse fast. Here's what caught me off guard when I dug into this: your county tax bill. It is only 15 to 18% of your total property tax bill. The rest goes to school districts, municipal governments, and special districts. So when people hear 5.27% tax increase and assume their bill is about to spike, the actual county portion of that $12,812 median bill moves by roughly $50 to $60. The real threat is not the local tax hike. It is the federal money. Westchester could lose up to $700 million in combined state and federal aid. 240,000 county residents are enrolled in Medicaid. Proposed federal cuts could strip healthcare coverage from over 12,000 people across congressional districts 16 and 17, and local hospitals could lose $62 million in funding. SNAP reductions starting in 2027 could pull another $6 million from the county and push more residents into shelters that are already over capacity. That is $700 million in aid that fund services Westchester residents depend on daily. And none of it is within the county's control. So what does this mean if you live here? The $60 county tax increase is real, but it is a fraction of your total bill. The bigger question is whether federal aid holds. If it does not, the county will face choices that go well beyond overtime cuts and hiring freezes. Medicaid, social services, public safety, all of it is on the table. If you own property, your effective tax rate is 2.29%, more than double the national median of 1.02. Your median tax bill is over $10,000 higher than the national median of $2,400. That is the cost of living in one of the wealthiest counties in America. But wealth does not insulate a county government from federal policy decisions that redirect hundreds of millions of dollars overnight. That is your Friday Intel. The budget is signed. The cuts are in motion, and the biggest variable is not in White Plains. It is in Washington. If this was useful, share it with someone who lives here. I will see you Monday on the Westchester Brief. I am Jim, and I live here.